Buenos
Aires.
How do you say it? How are you supposed to say it?
I think
Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires.
You have to have a little bit of a lisp as well.
Buenos Aires?
And then you have to have a little bit of a silence, and then in your angriest voice, you have to say puta.
Okay.
Puta.
Good.
Puta.
All right, so Bodega Part Siete. Would you like to hear it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let me
ready.
recline. Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang
recline.
on. I'm a little bit tangled up here. Wires.
Press the back of your chair to get it in a more comfortable position.
I've got my legs up and everything.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Yeah, I guess.
So wait, hang on. What happened last time? Because it's been a little while.
I'll give you a little recap.
The last one was the prison.
He was in the mind prison. Yeah, the virtual mind prison.
That's right.
Escaped by channeling that little piece of Majesta that was embedded in his brain. His former girlfriend, Majesta. And so he'd used that to turn into a kind of ethereal being like her and had escaped. So now, Bodega, Part Siete. Majesta! Bodega screamed himself awake for the fourth night in a row. He reached his hand slowly to his face and yet again felt tears there. Was he sleep crying? Sweet jumping jub. This was not usual. He dragged the heavy blast-proof sheets back and sat on the edge of the bed, head in hands.
Blast-proof sheets?
Of course!
Oh my god!
Pondering. When he'd escaped the virtual prison, see episode 6, he'd been forced to deploy the shard of Majesta's power that lay in his mind, which to that point had been dormant, or so he'd assumed. Now it was gone, consumed by his transformation into whatever Majesta was. He probably should have found out the name for her people when they were together, but frankly, that time had been bone central. Every day, all day, just getting busy like Crevians and screaming around the galaxy in the Disco Volantes, screwing and shooting stuff sometimes. In short, it fucking owned, and Bodega missed it. He remembered the time they'd taken the crooked casino on Bismuth 11 for all its coin, the time they'd busted those rebel prisoners out of High-Sec using just a drinking straw and some chapstick, the time they destroyed an entire solar system with the doom egg of the Death Lord, Mr. Pringle. Now that was a long story. Good times. So many good times. And of course the constant shagging, which was really, really, really good. Just incredible. He was getting a semi just thinking about it. Turns out, Bodega missed Majesta. That little shard of her maybe kept that longing at bay. Maybe she was even kind of with him all this time, but hopefully not when he was on the can or jerking it to Spalupian porn. He looked at the floor and saw tiny pools of tears reflecting the light from the cockpit. In the reflection of one, he saw something move. Just a teeny tiny little reflection of something to his right. Bodega's reflexes being what they are, i.e. honed to flav, he dived backwards over the bed and was up and ready in a heartbeat, las gun in hand. His captors had been too worried about the Disco Volante's many booby traps to ever board it and strip it, so all his shit was secure. "I see ya," Bodega shouted, "and I ain't in the mood for this mork crap." "Bodega," said a voice. Majesta's voice. He fell apart, laid out completely, a TKO of the heart. Baby, I'm hurting," he whimpered. "I know. I'm sorry, my love," she said. He still couldn't see her, just sort of sense her loitering around the edges of his subconscious. And then she was gone. Then suddenly she was back, behind him, to the side, then what felt like a mile away. What the flav? Was she just fooling with his achy-breaky heart? "Bodega, I need you to meet me," she said again, her voice distant and ethereal. "Where, baby, where? I got a subscription to Netflarv so we can chill and such like."
Oh my god.
"Come to the planet Stroya 9, at the base of the highest peak on that world, and you'll find my estate. I'll be waiting." The engines of the Disco Volante were at maximum burn before the full stop on the end of that sentence had faded. It was 12 hours to the destroyer system. Bodega did it in 3. He spiraled down through the thick upper atmosphere, his ship roaring across the sky, engines swirling the clouds behind him. High-altitude hoverbirds and strange floating gas bag creatures scrambled clear, but Bodega plowed on, disturbing this tranquil place with the brutality of the warship. He practically collided with the estate in his haste, but then the ship was down. He emergency ejected out of the top and parkoured down across the nose cone. Then he was up and he was running to the gates, vaulting over them with his jetpack, powering with his scram boots to the front door, grabbing the whole flaving thing off its hinges, and knee sliding across the marble floor, stopping at Majesta's feet, his head bowed.
Jesus.
Baby, he began as he looked up and saw Majesta holding a tiny baby swaddled in a Mimlock silk blanket. He stood slowly, removing his hat. What's this little feller's name? He asked gently. I named him after his father, said Majesta, smiling. Why, hello there, little Bodega Jr., said Bodega, smiling. He felt something in his heart go twang like an old guitar string that badly needed tuning. This was an unfamiliar sensation. It was the pure love of a parent for their child. He looked at Majesta, but her expression was strange. Her perfect brow knotted, her lips parted. No, Bodega, after his father, she said. This is Tan Blatchman Jr. And with that sentence, Bodega's universe imploded. The end.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hey.
Oh no.
So, two things, okay?
Yeah.
In this world of crazy sort of like lingo for things,
Right.
jerking it, I felt could have been something else. You know, like jerking it. Like, you know, what about like thwarving it or something, you know?
Yeah, but
like
you wouldn't
instead,
know what that meant. You know what jerking it means. Like there are some things that never change. Even when you're out in the galaxy and everything's all crazy and there's all kinds of weird animals and stuff, swear words might change just like they do in real life and stuff. But jerking it is jerking it. That's it. That ain't never going to change.
Also, I'm a little bit sort of with the Majesta shard, okay?
Yeah.
I feel like it's in Bodega.
It was.
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe corrupting him a little bit while it's in there. And man, I am not on board for a story of corruption and fell, okay?
What do you mean corruption? He ain't corrupted.
Okay, good. Let's just make I just want to be clear that like
What, you think Majesta's the implant would have made him evil?
No, not evil, just somehow corrupted him to do things that maybe he wouldn't normally have done.
It was just an escape. It was a prison escape kit embedded in his brain. Remember, it's like that when
no, I know that's what he
it,
used it for, but I just wanted to make sure that like
fear not.
It was like a special one-off.
Yeah,
that,
fear not.
You know,
okay.
It was a one-shot. It was a one-shot escape plan,
like the file in the carrot cake.
Exactly, it was like that.
Yeah, exactly. Man, P-Flex, this was
it was a good one.
Charged.
It was really good.
It felt like I was reading a little bit of a sexy girl porn,
you know it.
Mills and Boone, you know, the classic thing that girls love to read about.
I feel like
love
the
and romance
character
and,
development is really coming together, like big time.
Yeah,
It's
man, hearing him speak a bit more is also
he doesn't talk
great.
much.
no.
Loved it. Was transfixed the whole time. I think you've outdone yourself. Actually,
thank you,
P-Flex. This was
one of the better ones.
one of the best. I've got no gripes. I loved it, start to finish.
Wow, good.
Yeah.
You know,
got
it's
a
good.
big old raging boner now.
Whoa,
Loving it.
nice.
Yeah, I think it's time to end the episode then. In that case, because I've got to deal with this.
It's got a lot of emotions to sift through now.
Right, guys, can we stop for about 15 minutes? Yep, see you in a bit. Yep.
I only need like 2 minutes.
Guys,
Let's go.
I spilled Coke all over my pants. Just gotta go wipe it off.